Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
We're at Yonex in East Sacramento. You guys are a new wine lounge, and there are a lot of wines here. If you're a wine lover, this is the place to be in East Sacramento, right?
Yes, over
Absolutely.
50 wines. By
Over 50 wines. And you have a long relationship with wine, right?
Yes, over 25 years of drinking
Wow.
wine and discovering wine, living in San Francisco and being so close to the wine country in Napa, Sonoma, being lucky enough to travel around the world, but always try to find places that had great wine. And even in San Francisco, you can go to a dive bar and find a great glass of wine. So I was really lucky enough to be able to have that enjoyment. And what makes it a little different here is I discovered wine in an unpretentious way of it just being a fun way to sit and talk and socialize and just to hang out.
Right. Relax, make friends, and you guys make me think of Cheers, right? Where everybody knows your name, you come in, grab a glass of wine, maybe a small bite to eat, and you just sit and relax and chat with friends.
Yes.
Or check messages on your phone,
Exactly.
or whatever, you just kind of relax though. You kind of get away from work, from the everyday. Right?
Yeah, I mean, we've had people come in, they're like, hey, I'm getting my house clean. I just wanted someplace peaceful to have a glass. And I came here for an hour and a half. I'm waiting for my kids and their dance recital. I'm coming on my way to work and I just need to decompress. I didn't want a place to work for the afternoon. Didn't really matter. Or I just want to meet my girlfriend I haven't seen in 6 months.
Right, yeah, a little friend reunion, a little get together with a family member maybe that you haven't seen in a while, and hey, I'll meet you in East Sacramento at Yonex, and we'll have some wine.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And you guys also have frosés. You made me some frosés earlier.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, yeah. The
On a hot
wild
summer day, right?
We had a really amazing friend and support when we were first opening, Jamie, who said to us, you got to do the frosés, and gave me all of this advice. And so that was the first thing we did. We got the frosé machine. We have the wild berry and the strawberry pink lemonade. We have spritzes. We have the elderflower. We found an Aperol spritz that's wine based. It's really good.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, if you're trying to figure out wine, you want an entry level, you can come in and have those wine based drinks. It's just really good.
Now, we lived right in this neighborhood. I mean, for years and years and years, our family did. In fact, the house that when my son was a baby is like a block up the street. Oh. And so we know this neighborhood real well. And then we lived in River Park, which is adjoining you, for 20 years. And my family's lived over there for 60 years. And, I never thought about it, but I didn't know of a wine bar in the area. And I never really looked for one.
Yeah.
But it seems to me like you guys might be the only ones in East Sacramento. Right?
I think there's some really great wine bars. I think that the differentiation is that there's some great places with some amazing wine around here, like just down the street.
Right.
I think for us, I feel like we are a complement to those places because they have their restaurants. You can go and you have dinner and you can bring your kids and little cute munchkins, and you can hang out and take them out. And the difference for us is, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you're looking at it, we're 21 and over.
Right.
But we are that bar that before dinner you want to have a drink, or you just want to have a quick meeting, and you don't want to sit in a restaurant environment, and you just want to have a glass of wine, or you want to discover, or you after dinner and they're closing, and you're like, I want a nightcap. So it kind of covers both of those bases.
Yeah, before you go out or as you're getting ready, everybody's getting together. Hey, let's meet somewhere.
Yeah.
Yonex would be a great place to meet, to have a glass of wine and some small bites. And what hours are you guys open?
So we're open Wednesday through Sunday, 2 to 9, and we're contemplating staying open till 10. But ultimately, it's Wednesday through Sunday, 2 to 9.
Right. And you guys were just featured on a big TV show here locally, Good Day Sacramento.
Yeah, they were so nice, so incredibly nice, supportive. Molly came and she was so welcoming. I felt like we were talking to a friend. So you forget that you're even on TV.
Right. Well, that's always good, because you don't want to be thinking about that camera. What's going on with the camera over there?
Yeah,
and it was a nice piece. I got to watch it before we came here today, and I was like, oh, that is really cool. Yeah. And it's a cool looking place. As you step in, you got art over here on the wall. And you've got some nice sitting spaces to kind of relax. Tell us about some of the sitting spaces that you can sit and enjoy some wine.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was really important for it, even before COVID. the idea of being able to leave your home, especially when you're comfortable and cozy, and especially in public, is being able to leave and have a space that you can go where it feels like an extension of home. If I'm going to get dressed and leave, I want to be comfortable. I don't want to be cold. I don't want to be hot. I don't want my legs to freeze because the chair is too cold. I don't want. I need something to rest my back. Like there's all these requirements, and so in remembering all those places, I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to take all of those elements and say, what did I want to experience when I went out? And I took all of those pieces. The other thing was wanting to make sure the space was one that made people want to talk to each other.
Right. Socialize.
Wanting to socialize.
Yeah.
So everything has low backs. I love a good club swivel chair because it allows you to swivel around and talk to anybody and be nosy and be curious instead of nosy. But really kind of just, it opens it up to conversation. And that's really what I wanted it to be. And I wanted the lighting, I wanted to be open and airy and fun and vibrant. And so each one has its own vignette. So every single section you can come in, every time you come in, it feels like a new experience because you're like, I'm gonna do what is it, Goldilocks? I'm gonna try this chair this time. I'm gonna try this area this time. So each time you have a new experience, and it makes it more engaging and fun, and hopefully it never gets boring.
Right, exactly. And something else you told me, and I like your attitude is wine being approachable, wine being fun, that you can come in here and you can relax and not worry about your wine knowledge being up to scale, and say, hey, I want to have a glass of wine, I want to sit back and enjoy, what do you recommend? And so you ask that person maybe some of their taste profiles of their favorite foods or other beverages. Right?
Absolutely. That's the big thing for me. Like, I'm lucky enough to have discovered wine 25 years ago, but in those really fun and relaxing settings. And I can't tell you if something tastes like wet sleep. I have no idea. But I can tell you the mouthfeel. I can tell you that I feel like I'm chasing the juice. I can tell you I can taste the acidity. I can tell you whether or not I'm getting this in my, or if somebody wants something a little fruity, I can tell you where it's from. And I think that's what people are looking for. I've seen people feel very tentative about thinking about what they like. And when I'm able to just kind of share from a normal terms, it's just, what do you typically like to drink? Do you like sweet, spicy foods? You may like more of a fruitier wine. So it just kind of lowers that bar of like, nobody's over here like swirling and spitting. Nobody's, making you feel like you aren't supposed to be here.
Right.
Wine is supposed to be fun and enjoyed. And the one thing that Jamie said that I thought was brilliant is that you do not have to feel afraid to taste anything. It's, what did she say? It's fermented grape juice.
Right.
That's it. And when you look at it from that perspective, you don't have to feel afraid of it. It's like, oh yeah, just taste it. Your face is not going to blow up if you taste it.
Yeah, and you're gonna like it or you're not. Yeah, that's all you need to know.
And guess what? And if you don't like it, doesn't mean that it was a bad wine. It just means that's not your palate. And so you play until you find what's right for you. I never want to get stuck drinking a wine I don't like because everybody tells me that's what I'm supposed to like.
Right, because that's the in wine, or that's that varietal. What do you mean you don't like that varietal? Yeah, and I think, in all our wine journeys, the thing I always think is it's about your personal enjoyment. You don't need to grade yourself against anybody else. A wine expert or a winemaker. You like this wine, and that's good enough, right? That's good enough.
And my thing is, my palate has changed so much over the years. So that idea of like, this is my wine, or this isn't my wine, that doesn't mean that that's the end all be all forever.
Right.
Because what I liked, I started out loving Chardonnay, and then I went into Sauvignon Blanc, then I went into Sancerre, then I went into Rosés, then I went into Zins, then I went into. So in this 20-year thing, I've had this peak and valley of what I have enjoyed, and that is because I've always been open and curious to just have a sip.
Well, Renee, I think you bring up a good point. I mean, it's just like when you were a kid, maybe you like some sweet candies. Now, if you eat those as an adult, you kind of go, I don't even know what I like so good now, because your taste buds have changed and kind of moved on.
Absolutely.
And so I think that our taste buds constantly change. And a wine that I may have really loved a year ago, I may not like so much just because, for whatever reason, right? Whatever reason.
So true. And I will say that, people will ask me, what's your favorite wine? And I'm like, well, it depends. So if we're talking about a white, and then I go into that. If we're talking about a red, we're talking about that. We're talking about, so you don't have to have one thing. It's depending on what the flavor is. Oh, for dinner, I'm going to do this.
Right.
If I just want to sit and drink and have fun, I'm
A
going to
dessert wine, I'm going to do a port,
Exactly.
you know, or what have you.
Although bubbles goes with everything.
Yes, I'm a big believer in bubbles. I'm a big believer in bubbles, and they do go with everything. They do. Well, Renee and Todd, thanks so much for allowing us to come in and hang out with you guys and see. It's got to be one of the hottest wine bars in Sacramento. I'm going to just say that.
I hope.
Yeah, and so you got to come and check it out. Yonix, right here in East Sacramento on 8th Street, and it's right across the street from Cookies. But, you know, just come on by and try some wine, right?
Best wine list in Northern California.
Well, okay, so look at him. Then you guys are going to come and be mad because you're like, are you serious? No, but we are humble. We really are. We just want it to be fun, engaging, and enjoyable and fun. We have really fun music, but we just want to have you feel welcomed and feel like you're having a good time. And none of us want to leave our house, especially when it's hot. We have air conditioning, but if you do, you want to come somewhere that feels like it's welcoming and fun. So that's us.
Exactly. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
So I'm looking over here, now you can do whatever you want, but they've got
That is really good. That was Woodenhead?
Woodenhead.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
From the Russian River Valley.
From Russian River Valley, you got to go to
A little
Woodenhead.
Pinot. A little Pinot.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you.